Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to work in my traveler's notebook that I made for my new Midori. I haven't even worked in it yet. I mean, I've been using my sketchbook, sort of, filled up my little zip envelope. But as far as like the little junk journal that I made for it, I haven't even worked in it at all. So, and I even made like a little mini planner, just to see if I would use it as a planner, and just like I thought, I didn't use it. So yeah, I really want to work in this today. I haven't worked in it at all. I don't have a plan. I don't know what page I want to work in. Maybe this one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a plan. I feel like what I want to do is just kind of, sort of, just glue some things down, and hopefully something will come to me. Actually, I had somewhat of an idea, so yeah, but I'm gonna I'm gonna glue this down. This is like I've been slowly trying to feel my way around the sewing machine that I have, that I haven't really worked with very much, and so I wanted to see what all the different stitches. So I think I'm gonna put that down there. I'll put that down there. So yeah, I hope everyone, anyone who's watching, if you haven't seen my Angry Possum junk journal page videos, if you'd like to check that out, I put the link in the description below. But yeah, I had fun with that page. I mean, I struggled with it, as I've been struggling in general in my silly book, because, well, I made that altered book so that I could use it as sort of like a, an I don't care book, which is why I called it my silly book. But I feel like lately I haven't been feeling free in it, because I think I need to get a piece of paper. Oops. Because I feel like I'm thinking too much, and I feel like I'm trying to like make everything nice, I'm back to where I was before, when I was like overthinking things, and so I feel like that book is not serving its purpose then, if if I'm not using it the way I had intended to use it. I need a scrap paper. Where's my scrap paper? So I'm going to try to make this video quick. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. My Angry Possum video was way too long, I thought. So I just want to get this down. I may even do some stenciling. I've been feeling like that I haven't been having, well, not feeling like, I mean, for real, I haven't been having a lot of success using stencils. I kind of really like, when it comes to this, like my little traveler's notebook size junk journal that I made, I kind of just wanted to use it for like, like dry supplies, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, I really only want dry supplies in it, but maybe it would kind of be fun to, to stencil in it. So yeah, I did not go to to any estate sales this weekend. I almost did. I wanted to. There were a couple of really good ones. There was one that I wanted to go to that had antique typewriters. And I mean, what am I going to do with an antique typewriter? Honestly, I don't know. Like, do I need an antique typewriter? No. But it would have been kind of cool to score one, I think. I mean, I'm sure I would have used it. My grandma had one. My grandma had an appliance store when I was young. And the building that she owned, you know, for her store, it had a lot of like old, like, because it used to be a grocery store, like, I think like in the 20s. Or no, maybe not the 20s, maybe the 40s. But so she had like one of those old school cash registers, and she used to let us play with all that stuff. So she had old school cash registers and a typewriter. She had one of those, you know, those phones, like the one that you wind up and I think you got to talk to the operator, you know, in the movies and stuff. So, yeah. And she was so, like, she was really cool about letting us, you know, play with all that stuff. Okay, so I do not have a plan, like, at all. But, I just wanted to glue, like, those scraps down. These are, like, scraps left over from, my Honey Bunch junk journal altered book that I've been working on. If you saw that video, or if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link in the description below for that too. But yeah, so let's see. Okay, so what am I gonna do now? So I have like some little scrappity-doos that I put in here to work on, just I don't even know why I put it in here, because I do take this with me when I go out, so that I could, you know, sketch in it, but I don't have glue. So, let's see. I like that. Let's just like kind of do nothing, right? Oh, this reminds me of something. I don't know if maybe I'll just put it there anyway. Let's put it there anyway. Well, let me distress it first. I always talk about my grandma and grandpa, and I'm going to continue to talk about my grandma and grandpa on this channel. Hope you like, you know, random grandma and grandpa stories. But I have to tell you guys that figure out what color I want. Let's use this one. My grandpa, like, so I had this, so I told you guys that my grandparents had a farm, and you know, we spent a lot of our summers on the farm. You know, my uncle had horses and cows, and there was always, you know, people always talk about how, you know, kids today don't go outside enough and all that, but I guarantee if I could take any child to this farm that, you know, that my grandparents had, they would find something to do. They would put down like whatever electronic equipment they were playing around with, and they would find something to do. Like, we built forts, you know, we played pirates, we played, you know, ghost hunter. There was like a little guest house, because this house, the farmhouse itself, was like really, really old. But it had like a little miniature guest house, which I'm guessing was for like the servants, you know, back in the day. You know, I mean, my grandparents didn't have servants; they didn't need servants. we weren't that kind of family. But where's the top to this? Oh, okay. But yeah, I like that. But we used to go in there. We used to go in the little guest house and play ghost in there. I mean, there probably was a ghost in there. I wouldn't be surprised. This house was so old. I know for sure in the farmhouse there was well, there were two of them because I saw them, which I'll tell you guys another time. They were friendly ghosts, though. We used to, we picked raspberries, and then my grandpa would make, tarts and pies and stuff like that. We would, I think there were apples, but I don't remember ever picking them. We had a peach tree. There was a cherry tree. Oh, and one time my grandma had like an unbirthday party. It was like, because since it was nobody's birthday, like everybody was invited to not celebrate your birthday, But anyway, I want to get to this. I cut this out when I saw this, and I thought about my grandpa immediately, because another thing that we used to do, and if like this, I know for sure, if you were to tell a child, like, yeah, go out and look for some 4-leaf clovers, they would probably be like, that's boring. But because of the farm, I've always had like an appreciation for nature, and I've always loved, plants and birds and animals and bunnies and squirrels and deer and like, just animals. But I was always looking for 4-leaf clovers, and I could never find. Still to this day, I have never found one. Never found one. I should put this bunny here. I'm gonna put that bunny there. Where should I put this? It's like I want to use this, but I can never find a place to put it. But I do like it on this page. Yeah. Anyway. I think one day my grandpa asked me, my papa, we called him Papa, asked me what I was doing, and I told him I was looking for 4-leaf clovers, and he said to me, if I find one, to put it in a book, to make it flat. And I always remembered that, because I was like, okay, that way we can save it. But I never found one. Like, I never found one. And anyway, skip to like years later, when my grandparents were a lot older and they no longer lived on the farm because it was, it was too much. They were just, my poor grandpa's health was failing, and it was, a lot of work to keep up. So they moved to the little apartment that was above their store. And the store was no longer open. It was being rented by a church. So it was like the church, they did their church things on the first floor. And let me get this glue. And my grandparents lived on the second floor in the apartment. And anyway, because they were getting older, my grandparents were, they'd always been like givers, they always gave so much to us kids, but they were like giving us stuff, or like giving, I was there visiting, and they were giving me a bunch of stuff, so my grandma gave me a really old book, which I still have, and I think the copyright is like 1892 or something like that. It was a book of poetry, and I never really opened it much, but I it was, it's dear to me because it's from them, but it wasn't like, I think it was Lord Byron, which is not a poet that I was, familiar with, but which is why I never opened it. But I always kept it. It was a beautiful book. I should show you guys. It's in my, I have like a cedar chest that my dad bought overseas when he was in the Navy, and I keep all of my little treasures in there. But anyway, one day, so skip to like, they've both passed away, you know, obviously by now. So skip to like, you know, after they had passed, like maybe a year after my poor grandpa had passed. I was in the middle of a move, and I found the book. And guess what? I opened it, and a bunch of 4-leaf clovers, like flattened 4-leaf clovers, fell out. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that just took me like forever to tell you guys, but I just have so many dear memories, you guys, of my grandparents. I mean, I have a lot of good memories, you know, anyway, but I just have so many beautiful memories of them. So as soon as I cut that out, I thought, oh, that's, you know, that's going to be the page. I don't know if I should, what I should do. Even this one too. This is from a children's book, or a book about, I don't remember. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like a children's book, but just like maybe like a family book. But this also reminded me of my grandma, because going home, like whenever we would go home, you know, go home to the farm, there was always bunnies. And if there was like a bunny in the road, because it was like a, you know, like that, there was like a winding road that you go up the hill to get to the farm, and then you turn into this rocky road, and you go on for a long way on the little rocky road to get to the farmhouse. But that entire way was, you know, our land. But if there was a bunny, you know, because we were like little children, so we always thought we could maybe catch one and keep it as a pet. So my grandma would always stop the car and let us get out to go chase it. Yeah, I have such good memories. Even this one, fireflies. I kept this because I want to make a page dedicated to fireflies, because we used to catch them, and I have like a little box that my grandpa made that, you know, screened. It's like screen with like a little door, and so you could put your fireflies in them, and they would live, and then you could let them go because they were still alive. But we used to put them next to our bed and watch them, like, you know, flash. And I even have some good memories of fireflies from when I went to the Philippines with my mom. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna, let's just, I don't know, let me just put a bunch of stuff down. I will stop talking, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of stuff down and see what I can come up with, and hopefully this video will not be 50 years long. So I kind of want to put some fabric tape down, I think. Something like that. At least on one side, I do, I think. Yeah. And then I have these two little mini Rolodex cards that I dyed with alcohol ink and kids markers. I actually filmed that, but it didn't come out well because the landscapers came to mow the lawn while I was filming it, and of course my dogs went completely insane. They went completely insane. So I couldn't, yeah, I had to scrap that video. But in a way, it's like a good thing because I'm not sure that using alcohol to dye paper, at least in a how-to kind of video, is a good thing, because I mean, like, the fumes, you know, if you can't handle the fume, if you ever use an X-Acto knife, don't do what I'm doing. Just a warning. Like, but I'm having trouble today with it's like I'm not functioning with tape today. So yeah. When I first got the Rolodex itself, I thought, oh, I'm gonna use the cards to like put, you know, make a Rolodex of art like I see people do. And when I brought it home and the more I kind of looked at it, the more I felt like the paper itself is not so great. So I thought it would be best, you know, just to use it in my junk journals. So I want to write something about, I want to write down that memory a little bit and stick it in here, like put it in here somehow. But I don't know which one I want to use. I think I want to use this peachy colored one, even though it is a memory about my grandpa, but so it doesn't look too masculine. But it's okay. It's okay. My grandpa was the manliest of men, and I don't think he would care. He was definitely secure in his masculinity. So I'm just gonna write that down and then I'll be back. Okay, so wrote it down. Maybe I'll get a little bit of distress ink on it, on my little Rolodex card here. So because I don't really like, you know, like journal, like traditionally journal in my art books or my art journals or my junk journal, or even my watercolor journal. Like I don't, you know, like I don't write things down too much in them. I kind of do, but I find that the things that I do write down are mostly like memories. They're like, so in a way, my junk journals have kind of like evolved into, you know, me remembering things. And that's where I kind of get my inspiration from. I mean, my last video, like my, you know, my Angry Possum video, I mean, if I think about that was actually a, so now I need a tuck spot. Huh. Maybe I'll use that as a tuck spot. Right? Yeah, gotta put that, okay. But yeah, I feel like, do I want more fabric tape? Or, do I want these foxes? Yeah, I like these foxes. They're cute, right? Yeah. Anyway, so I don't even remember what I was saying. I think what I mean is that I feel like my journaling style is kind of evolving, sort of, which is good. Do I want it this way? I kind of want it that way, right? Because I like that it's torn. But my yeah, there we go. So anyway, yeah, that's just what I was thinking, that my style has kind of been, I don't want to call it evolving, but just kind of changing into, you know, like memories and you know, just like little things that I probably would never even write down in my, you know, like my traditional diary. I would probably never even write that down. But Kind of like that, huh? Not really a fan of that color, but I don't like that. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do to finish this up, and then I'll be back. I was thinking I was gonna do some stamping or do like some kind of something, but I think going along with the fact that I said that I wanted to just use this book as like, you know, like dry art supplies only, like no paint, no stamping, at least for today, I kind of want to go with that. So actually the first thing I need to do is to put some tape down because that looks awful. I'm using this ribbon so much, or this washi tape so much. I just like it. It's like a good neutral green. I don't remember where I got it. I got it in a pack. I mean, I got it recently, but I got it in a pack of stuff. So, I mean, in a pack of washi tape. So, so yeah, hopefully this video won't be too long. I keep saying that, but it's just because I keep like reminding myself that I don't want to make a really long video. Okay. Oop. Like I haven't even decorated the cover, really. I mean, I don't know if I will. I mean, I don't know. I don't have to. I mean, this is like my first little foray into, you know, the traveler's notebook size and style, you know, journal. And yeah, so what can I do here? Maybe I'll draw one of these clovers, huh? Right? Just a little clover. I think I should have, like I see the way it's kind of like, well, let's just do it. It's just a rough, it's just a little rough drawing. Right? You know what I love is these things. These things. The blender, the colorless blender. Because it does blend everything together. So I feel like I'm gonna have to, let's do some hearts. Let's make some hearts. These are like praying, well, most of these are Prismacolors, but I have some like praying colored pencils that are left over from when I was in high school, because that was all I could afford. Were the praying ones at I think Office Depot. That's where my dad always took us to like go shopping for school supplies. But I remember like all of my classmates, well, not all, but most of my classmates, you know, they all had parents who were like, you know, doctors and like really like, you know, people with money, more money than my family had. But they all had like really expensive watercolor pencils, and they brought in their own paints. They didn't have to use like the school stuff. And I was always so, not jealous in a bad way, but like jealous in a good way of like, wow, they're really lucky. And this was like back a long time ago, before you could get you know, Prismacolors at Target, you know, for $19.99. Like a pack of like, I feel like I remember a pack of like 48 was like over $70. And so one year, I told my husband that story, and that year for Christmas he got me this this set. And so I will always love this more than any other colored pencil that I will ever have, because that meant a lot to me. You know, that really did. So maybe I want to put just some circles. I don't even know if this is going to show up. Maybe I need white. Or actually, let me try this color. Oh yeah, okay. So let's just do circles. Probably not even showing up on camera, but oh well. I just feel like making circles. Add in some more blue circles. Ooh, look, it goes on the fabric. Wow. Cool, y'all. What else do I want here? This might be too red. Let me see. Yeah, it's too red. This. Ooh, is that too blue? It. Kind of like that. What else? What else can I do here? Put one of these. that. I am liking that. I feel like before I finish, which I am kind of finished, I mean, I just wanted this to be simple. I feel like I need something, because it's like this and then this, it kind of cuts the page in half. I feel like I need something to like, to kind of like tie it together. I don't know, let me think. So I think I'm gonna do something with this. And so I'm gonna kind of like zhuzh this up a little bit. And I think that will, I think if I glue it there, that's gonna tie it together. So maybe I wanna draw something else on this. What can I draw? What can I draw? Maybe I'll just do like a little, kind of like a children's, you know, like a childlike kind of drawing of a house. You know how like little kids, isn't that what they always draw? Like a house and like some people, right? Right? That's kind of cute, right? Draw some circles. Oh, you can't really see these circles, but oh well. Let's do some inks. Right? That's kind of cute. I even added some of this like piece of fabric that I put in my Honey Bunch junk journal. I kind of made a pocket with it, so yeah, I think that's cute. Do I want it like that? Do I want it like that? I feel like that just kind of like, you know, like it kind of ties everything together. So yeah, so that's cute. So I'll put that down. I know it seems like I'm just like, you know, slapping a bunch of stuff on, which is actually, that is what I'm doing, because that's kind of what I'm trying to get back into that thinking of like, you know, I don't care. It's my junk journal, you know, and hopefully I can, you know, get back to that feeling of, you know, not caring, you know, and just being happy with the fact that I'm doing work at all, you know. So yeah. So let's I thought I put that on backwards, but it didn't. So now I just want something down here, and then I'm done. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit more washi tape and call it a day, y'all. I really mostly focused on this page and not that page, but maybe I can put a memory of my grandma on this page. So yeah. So, before I finish, I think I'm just gonna take this little scrap paper and see if I can put some heart stamps on it. This is not a very good stamp, but well, it's good enough. And I want to spell out Papa. So I'm just going to spell out Papa in my little this is like really bad ink from the dollar spot section at Target, but you know, whatever, it's okay. I mean, I can still read it. And so I'll put it in here. I don't like it there though. I like it down there. I'm liking it there, y'all. I'm gonna put it there. Where's my glue? Okay. I'm kind of breaking my little code here, right? I said I didn't want to use, you know, wet supplies in my little book, but, you know, whatever. You gotta give yourself permission to break rules sometimes. Because I feel like once I have like rules, like, then I'm kind of crippling myself, right? And I think I want to put some stamping here, and then I'm done with this one. This is the tea dye one, and the one that I've been using to distress is ice spruce. I don't have a lot of them, but I have a few. might not come out. It might not come out. Oh yeah, that looks cool. So here's where I am so far. I feel like I just need one thing here. I think I'm gonna put a sticker on that and then I'm done, right? I'm gonna just put a sticker on that. So yeah, let me just dress that. And because you know, I don't like it when things are too white. Right? That looks cute. That's pretty. So there we are. That's cute. So the only thing I'm gonna do to this now is to add another little Rolodex, mini Rolodex card back here. Just in case I think of anything else that I wanna write down. I have this little piece of fabric that may or may not stay there. I'm not sure. I kinda like it there for now. I like it, you know, sticking out. I think it's cute for now. So yeah. So that's where I am, and I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked my little walk down memory lane. Hope it doesn't bore you. I have so many like good memories of my grandparents, and they're such a big part of who I am, and you know, and my art. So so yeah. And this was fun. And maybe this page, like I said, I will dedicate it to a memory of my grandma. I've got lots of memories of my grandma too, so I'll work on that another time. But for now, I'm just going to end this video and call it a day. I hope you liked it. Hope you like videos like this. If you do, please give me a comment and a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep watching. I've got a lot of fun things coming up. An ephemera hunt, I think this weekend. If I can get out to an estate sale this weekend, I will go to one. There's a really good one this weekend that I am not gonna miss. I've got some watercolor video ideas that I want to do next week, and a lot of fun things, so keep watching, y'all. So I hope that you will go out and do something or make something that makes you happy and brings you joy in your life. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.